welcome to the Butchershop. Welcome. We have our guest host on tonight that you will be seeing a lot of. Her stage name is The Puck. She is actually 13 years old, but she talks like she's 25, and she's got a lot of ideas. Puck, are you there?
Yeah.
All right. What we're going to do tonight, we're going to have an hour-long show so you don't get tired, but we mainly want you to talk about what's on your mind. Now, you were on APRI about a week ago, and Tyler cut you a little short, and you didn't get to finish what you were talking about. What do you got on your mind, Puck?
So I was just finishing on what I do due to coronavirus.
Well, get after it. Tell us all about it. We need your advice.
I don't remember what I said after the makeup part, so I'm going to go right after that.
Well, what you did was you were explaining to everybody what your normal day was like as a quarantine. That's T-E and S. Go ahead. Are you there, Jacqueline?
Yeah.
Anyway, all right. You were talking about being quarantined and how you led your life. Tell us about your day. How do you get food? How do you go to school? What's life like with your little brothers? Just tell us about your life, because all the kids in Utah and around the world want to hear what you're doing and not what us grown-ups are doing. Because would you agree that the grown-ups have pretty well dropped the ball and screwed this whole thing up? Would you say that's about right?
Yeah.
There you go. That's what I want to hear. Tell us about your day, girl.
It's been good.
Well, I mean, you're locked in, right? Do you get out? Do you go anywhere? Do you do anything? Or do you
in my Zoom this morning, the teacher told us to say something good that's happening, and
yes, that's what your show's all about. That's what your show is all about. We've all heard so much bad and looking at the numbers and the people who are dying or sick, and everybody wants to hear something hopeful. You're in charge. What's going on that's good in your life?
Well, I'm getting more pizza than usual.
Well, that's good. That's good. Did you go get it, or did they deliver it?
We get it through the drive-thru.
Is that Most Bestest pizza? I've eaten Most Bestest with you. Is it Most Bestest?
I had a Most Bestest, and now I'm eating a sausage one.
Good. I want you to keep eating because I don't want you to get hungry while you're on the air. Do you ever see any of your friends? Do you ever see any of them?
No, but my Christian friend texted me today.
Well, I'll tell you, there's something that might be interesting. You just said something, my Christian friend. Tell us about Brigham City. Tell us all about Brigham City.
There's nothing really interesting about Brigham.
I want you guys to notice, this little girl was born in Austin, Texas, okay, down at St. Mary's, and she's not exactly used to a town with only 15,000 people, okay? So it's not, well, it wouldn't be say, would you say that Brigham City is kind of boring?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where would you rather be? Right now you're talking to people all over the world. Okay, from Utah to the Ukraine and Russia. What would you rather be doing instead of sitting in Brigham City riding this quarantine out? What would you rather be doing right now?
I'd rather be going to the Boys and Girls Club.
You like the Boys and Girls Club?
Yeah.
Yeah. The Boys and Girls Club, folks, they have an excellent Boys and Girls Club in Brigham. Yeah, laugh at me. In Brigham City.
The Texas Boys and Girls Club is way better, though.
Oh, it is?
Because it has a
there's a place
pool.
down here where you can... Go ahead. There's a place down here you can climb rock walls, and our lakes are always warm, Puck. Our lakes are always warm, even in the wintertime in Texas, okay? Do you consider yourself to be a Texan or a girl from Utah?
Texan.
Good girl. I like that. Are you, now you don't know this because you're not involved in production, what Mr. Jackal and Mr. Kyler are doing, but there are people around newspapers and TV and all that who are being told about you, and basically there's a lot of people who are interested in you and what you say, because you're honest and you kind of hesitate before you talk and you think and everything. What do you think about everybody listening to you? Does that make you nervous or what?
Actually, I'm kind of glad.
You did what?
I said, actually, I'm kind of glad.
You're part of the blab?
I said I'm glad.
Oh, you're glad. You're glad. This kid has a Texas accent, folks, so you got to listen close. Yeah, well, it's good because you're really, honestly, you don't understand. You're helping a lot of people. You really are. Like I said, everything that's coming out on alternative radio right now is gloom and doom. It's all, we're all going to die and the virus is going to get us all. What do you think is going to happen with the virus? What do you think is going to happen?
I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
Do you wear a mask when you go outside?
Yeah.
All right, tell me this. When you hear people talking about not wanting to wear the mask, and you are, if I may say, you are a diabetic, which is one of the bad things to be with this thing. What do you think about people who say you shouldn't wear a mask there's not a virus, we're all safe. What do you personally think about that? Tell Cleo, shut up. She's on the radio.
Cleo. Are you barking at the
what do you
people
think?
Talking?
Yeah, about people not wearing a mask. What do you think about them? Give us your honest opinion.
I think they're dumb. I also know that, Papa, do you know over, the highway, the road with the train tracks?
Right.
Yeah. Down that road, the big building, I think it starts with an N. That they put water through and all that to go to the houses. You know that? Well, there's a man that works there, and he doesn't believe in coronavirus, and his wife doesn't believe in coronavirus, and they don't wear a mask, and they just don't believe in coronavirus.
Well, let me ask you this, Puck. Somebody like, now you know, as part, I know you got good sense. I've known you since you were 10 minutes old. Do you think people like that are very smart, or are they being kind of foolish about it? You know, with all the people who are sick, you've looked on the net. You know how bad it is in Texas, okay? You know how bad it is down there.
Yeah.
Do you think they're a little bit
I
dumb?
read.
No? Go ahead.
Yeah, I think they're dumb. I read on the COVID-19 about in Texas, and it said that every 6 minutes and something seconds, people die due to coronavirus.
Right. Every 6 minutes and 20 seconds, somebody in Texas dies from the coronavirus. But we have people out there saying it's a hoax. It doesn't exist. It's something that the government is using to keep us locked down. I personally don't believe that. Now, I'm on other networks where I have to chime in, you know, and all that. But I personally don't believe that. There is something out there. There is something out there that's hurting us, and I don't want you going out without a mask because of your diabetes and stuff like that. And Mommy is taking good care of you. I know that y'all are obeying everything. I see your classes. I see what you're doing. As a matter of fact, now, which of you went to public school this week and went into classrooms? Who did that?
What?
All right. Some of your brothers actually went to school this week. Which ones went to school instead of staying home?
No, and we did the distance learning on a Zoom.
Okay, I see that. That's new to me. I've never heard of it. That means you're still not going anywhere and being around much.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're safe. See, I worry about these things. With this virus going around, and trust me, okay, I'm popping. I'm going to tell you right now. I was involved in the polio virus of 1954. I had the polio and encephalitis, the sleeping sickness, and believe me, it goes away. It will go away. I don't care what Dr. Fauci or anybody says. It's going to go away, but it's going to leave a mark on us. You're going to always be afraid of certain things. But when it does go away, will you remember anything about it? Will you be kind of scared about going to the store? Will you be kind of worried about people like that couple over there you're talking about? And I know you. I know the way you're talking. You kind of think, and I can be blunt here because I'm who I am. They're just a little bit stupid. A little bit stupid, okay? It's like looking at a train coming down the tracks and trying to tell you it's really a flashlight. So when this is all over, are there certain things that you're going to change about your life, or what are you going to do?
I don't know.
It don't mean nothing. Okay, let's switch channels just a little bit. I brought up Greta Thunberg to you last week, and you said something that was very interesting, because I kind of thought, with her passing through your town on a train, that you'd be kind of a fan of Greta. But you told me, oh, the emotional girl. What do you think about Greta? What do you think about Greta Thunberg?
Well, when I watched the video you sent me, it was kind of Steve. Steve was with me, and he saw it too. And Steve thought it was boring. I thought it was. I don't know what I thought. I didn't like it, but I'm not saying it was.
So she didn't.
Boring.
She didn't strike a chord with you at all. See, that's where at my age I was fooled. I thought because Greta was 16 and you're 13 that y'all would say, "Oh yeah, that's what we're talking about." But when you call her the emotional girl and she's talking about global warming, and I'm thinking, well, I would love to see Greta in your yard in a bikini in the first light of day in the morning, and see about how much she believes in global warming after that. What do you think?
What?
I thought that if she had to stand in your yard in a swimsuit early in the morning, she wouldn't believe in global warming anymore. Because I've been up there where you live. Number one, there ain't no air to breathe. Okay, you're like 8,000 feet in the air up in the Wasatch Mountains, and it's cold. Trust me, folks, it's cold. Where the puck lives, it's cold, very cold. There's no global warming in Utah. It wasn't allowed in the state. Your thoughts, Puck?
I can't register all that.
You don't register that? One thing I love about
That's
you...
too much. You said too much. I can't remember all that.
You can't remember all that. Too much information. Okay, I'm sorry. I won't do that to you again.
Too much.
But anyway, I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now. This pandemic is going to end. You can take that to the bank. It's going to end. Okay, they always do. Either everybody develops an immunity, or just a lot of people just die, or whatever. But you will see the end of this. Okay, and the main thing that you do is you project a happiness of it. Everything I do on every other network is we're all going to die. It's all over. The government's going to take us over. But, let me ask you something. There's a big conspiracy theory that the government's going to come around and give everybody a vaccination whether they want it or not. What do you think about that?
I'm going to wait.
There you go. Good girl. Good answer. Y'all write that down. There will be a quiz later, because that's exactly what I'm going to do. I got polio before there was a vaccination, and I caught it, okay, and it wasn't nice. When the vaccinations do come out, I'm going to wait and see how it affects other people. And then if it works, well, heck yeah, I'll take it. I'm not going to be a fool. Now, that couple over there with the mask, see, they're part of what we call a conspiracy area, and they will say, no, we're not taking the vaccine. Anyway, they believe that everything the government does is some kind of plot to hurt us in some way. Do you believe that? Do you believe that President Trump is trying to hurt you, or is he the president and he tries to do the right thing?
Well, I think the president's trying to do the right thing because lately he's been setting out laws and giving people more money and stuff like that.
That's good, because that's the truth. That's the literal truth. We're in a mess. And you've been to Texas. You've been down here, and you know what we've got going on down at the Mexican border. You've seen what we've got going right where we live right here and everything. And when people say, well, we don't need to build a wall, and you've been here, you've seen it, you know they're lying. And so, that's why your voice is so important, is because as a juvenile, a child, you have no reason to lie. You have no reason to make stories up. You just tell them like you see them. When this mess is over, you going to come back to Texas for a while?
Yeah.
Good girl. I have a burrito down here that's as big as... I got a burrito down here that's as big as your dog Cleo, and I want you to go over and be able to eat that burrito, okay?
Yeah, I'm not eating the whole burrito.
What now? What, you're not what?
I said I'm not eating that whole burrito. too big.
Oh no, they give you a go box. You can only eat about half of it. You can take the rest of it home for supper. And y'all, you ain't got no Mexican food up there. They think they got Mexican food. I mean, they think they do. But you've been to Texas, and they ain't got no Mexican. They ain't got no real Mexican food. And I know you like your Mexican food. So, we're getting there. Do you ever see, like I said, do you ever talk to your friends on the phone? Do you ever communicate with them? How is that going? All you kids seem to be locked down. What do you think about that?
I don't really talk to my friends.
Well, they're gonna start talking to you pretty quick. Trust me, okay? They're gonna start talking to you pretty quick. So I can guarantee you, you're the biggest thing in Brigham right now. You're the biggest thing in Brigham right now, and it's going to get worse. Okay, you're going to see newspaper people and people like that because of who you are. So be ready for it, and then you're going to have lots of friends. Now, right now, every kid's like you. All you kids are locked down. You should be in the streets, riding your bicycles. You should be going to the park. You should be running down to the schoolhouse and playing down there and everything. The way I've understood it is you got out and walked as far as the temple before this mess started to meet your friends, and y'all all hang out there and meet each other, and that's all gone. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And see, folks, let me explain to y'all. It's a very, very family atmosphere. They have farmers markets. One of the biggest days of the year is Peach Day. I don't know what they're celebrating. I guess Peach is. And then they have Pioneer Day.
Yeah, they canceled that.
You've been there. Been there. You like Peach Day?
Yeah, but they canceled it.
They canceled Peach Day. Oh, God. Folks, this is in Brigham, Peach Day. I mean, that's America. They block off the main streets up from one end of town all the way up past the temple, and everybody meets in the street, and they have pie, and they have everything, and they had to cancel it. Nobody can be within 6 feet each, all that nonsense. And the kids are the ones that's suffering. They're the ones that's taking this as what we call the new normal. It's normal not to touch your friends or hug. It's normal not to meet with anybody, but we've got to beat this thing. And once we do, then things will be better. I've always wanted to go up there in time to go to Peach. I love things like Peach Day. I grew up in Louisiana where we had state fairs and sausage and all that. And for you guys not to have that, it really makes me sad. These people are up where you're at are real Americans, really. And I'm going to tell you a little history fact here and everything. Puck is, and actually my granddaughter, she is a descendant of R.A. Porter Rockwell, who was they called him the guardian angel of the church, and he defended Joseph Smith and Brigham Young. And Puck is descended from him. She's more Mormon than the Mormons, and she can't even go to Peach Day. What do you think, Puck? What do you think about that?
I don't know what I think of that.
Well, you got to learn. You're not old enough yet. You will. You'll understand. No big deal. And I want you guys to notice something about her. As I talk to her, she doesn't answer right away. So she's not answering with a bunch of lies. She always has to think, what am I going to say? How am I going to answer truthfully? What do I really think? So when you hear a long pause, she's not a seasoned radio announcer who's filling up your ears with a bunch of nonsense. She's telling you like she really feels. She had, before the pandemic, she had friends. She had little girls and boys that she would go and meet, and they would sneak off to the temple, or they would sneak off to the schools, and all this. All that's gone. All that's been destroyed by this pandemic. These people up there are the most social people in the world. They all care about each other. They all take care of each other. All that's been destroyed, and we've got to stop this. we've got to either beat this virus or whatever, because these kids, Puck and her friends, they're the ones that's going to carry you to the grave. They're the ones that's going to run the country in 5 years. They are the Z generation, okay? And Puck is decent and good, and her friends are decent and good, and they believe in America. They truly do. You know, so we can't let these kids be destroyed by a bunch of political discussion. Puck, when you watch the news, what's the one thing that upsets you the most about the news? Tell us about that.
I haven't been watching the news, but last time I watched the news, there wasn't really anything that upset me.
You know, that's important, folks. I want y'all to hear that. While you're fretting over who's going to get elected and fretting over the pandemic and fretting over the weather and everything, this little girl don't give two squats about what's happening, because it makes no difference to her life. She's smart enough to know that whatever happens on the news is not going to affect her. That doesn't affect what she's going to eat for breakfast, because she don't care. It's as simple as that. So if you think, she hesitates when she answers, she's not dumb. Oh, let's get into that. Let's get into your education. I know that you were in debates at Brigham Young University. Am I right or am I wrong?
You're right.
I'm right. Now, this is a 13-year-old girl, folks, who debates at Brigham Young University. Okay, Google it. Google that and see what that is. She really does that. Okay, her younger brothers did an essay on heart problems and surgeries. Now, they are what are the twins, like 11, 12 years old? Okay, how old are they?
Justin and the twins are 11, and Steven is 10.
Okay, and the twins wrote an essay on heart. It was accepted by Brigham Young University, and they've been accepted into there to do essays and studies and stuff like that. That, folks, that's pretty stout. I don't think these kids are going to accept a bunch of nonsense when it comes to this pandemic. They're more on the ball, well, way more on the ball than I am. Way more on the ball than I am. I'm a political scientist, but I don't know anything about the virus. I'm just like, Puck, I wear my, if I go outside to check the mail, I wear this mask I got, you know. I do that. And all these people telling me, oh, don't do that, it's going to deprive you of your oxygen. It's bad. No, it's not. It's not, fool. Doctors wear them all the time, and don't kill them. Don't kill them. You know, but you get these idiots out there that, oh, you don't know what we're going to do now, and everything. Puck, like I said, you've already made your statement that you believe in President Trump, and that's good. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Because so many people. What do you think about President Trump? Just give us a rundown, because the jackals listen to you, all of us are listening to you, and we like President Trump. What do you think?
I think he's good. I mean, I know a lot of people who say they don't like him, but they're just saying that because other people say that.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you something else, and we're going to get into a little bit of politics here, because I know you got an opinion. Like this gentleman that got shot in Wisconsin 7 times in the back, and now they're burning their town down in Wisconsin. They burned Oregon down. They are in Portland, Oregon. They're burning Seattle down. What do you think about people that run out in the streets and start burning towns down? What do you really think about that?
I think it's awful. I read online that this little boy was going out into his front lawn, his own front lawn, and this man shot him right in the middle of the head.
Yeah. Good, thank you. It was in North Carolina. You remember Miss Terry, the lady that likes to talk to you from Carolina, Miss Terry?
What?
Miss Terry, the one that called you before, the lady from North Carolina?
Oh, Terry, yeah?
Terry, yeah. That happened in her state, not far from where she lives. That was a 5-year-old boy who was riding down the street with his bicycle, and a man shot him in the head. because he was a white boy. And I know that that's a little deep for you to get in at your stage of life and everything, but what do you believe? Now, let's get into this a little bit, because I want your opinion. What do you think about racism? I know you're not a racist. You have black friends and white friends. You have Indian friends. Most people in America have never met Indians. You have Indian friends. What do you think about people that are racist and they don't like people for the color of their skin? What do you think about that?
I don't know. I think it's awful.
So Cleo, she's not on the air. Shut up.
Cleo! Cleo! Cleo!
Yeah.
You hear Papa? She says I don't care.
I know. Well, she's a little bit of a twit. Well, anyway, let me put it another way. When you meet a friend in school, whenever you get to go back to school, okay, and you meet a friend, and you're great friends, does the color of that friend's skin make any difference to you at all, or are they just your friend?
They're just my friend.
Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. You know, I know that one of your best friends down here was a little black girl, and y'all loved each other.
Yeah.
That is good. Yep. Yep. Sure. Absolutely. Doesn't make any difference to you at all, and nobody had to tell you that. You just figured it out. That's the kind of show we're going to have with you. Is you give hope to people. So there's no arguing with you. There's no arguing with you. You don't have any political opinions. You say, look, that's my friend. I don't care. My friend is green. That's just my green friend. You know, I don't care. And that's what America needs, is more of that. And guess what?
It's like green eggs and ham. Sam goes to this man, or whatever animal it is, and he asks him if he wants green eggs and ham. And Stu's like, I don't want green eggs and ham, and because it's green. And Sam keeps asking if he wants it under a house, in a house, whatever. And then finally he takes the green eggs and ham and figures it tastes really good. It's kind of like that. You think these black people are rude, but when you come to them, they're not at all.
Now, you don't know anything about, and you shouldn't know anything about this. You're still 13. You don't know anything about the Civil War or the civil rights or anything like that.
Oh, I know about that.
Well, tell us what you know. Tell us what you know. Everybody's waiting. Come on.
I know that after World War II, there was a war after that for slavery from Stalin, and yeah.
Now, do you see any reason why black people should not have the same rights and the same privileges as everyone else? Or are they just like everybody else? What do you believe?
What? All
right. Do you think black people should have the same rights, the same things that you have? Do you think that black people should have the same rights and the same situation as white people? Do you think we're all the same?
Yeah.
Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. You couldn't say it no better.
It's kind of like it's kind of like people are just trying to bring slavery back.
Well, like I said, the slavery thing. I grew up in Louisiana in the 1950s, and they were still pretty mad about the Civil War. But I'm gonna tell you a secret, Buck. You heard about these arguments over the Confederate flag. Have you heard about that?
No.
Well, let me tell you, because there's a big argument about some states and some people who fly the Confederate flag. I grew up in Louisiana, and you would think that I would be all about the Confederate flag. But the way I was raised up, when I was your age or younger, is the Confederate flag represented defeat. The defeat. We got beat. Okay, we thought we had a case, and we went to war against the Union, and we got our butts kicked. That's the flag of defeat. We flew a flag with a pelican on it, which was rather silly, but it was our pelican bird, and everything. And we were actually ahead of the game, or way ahead of Mississippi, actually, where we understood that. That, and I personally believe, I'm going to tell you, I don't see the difference between any type of people and how they react. I believe in everything. Now, I don't support or understand Black Lives Matter. I think they're like the Black Ku Klux Klan. I think that because most black people want the same thing that we want, which is to live, make a living, go home to their families, and meet you over at the temple and have Peach Day. Now, that's what I believe. What do you believe?
Yeah.
Well, you're very direct. You're very direct. But you've got it pretty well pinned down, and your answers. And folks, let me explain to you. Her answers might sound a little bit short. That's because she's not having to explain her answer. She's just telling you like it is. She's telling you like it is. Now, she's got opinions. She answers her questions directly. This is what we're dealing with. This is what we're doing. And if you can't accept that, well, you've got a problem. You've got a problem. Now, I'm going to ask you one more thing. I'm going to ask you something. Okay, you ready for this? And this is your opinion.
Yeah.
And America is listening. Who do you think is going to win the election, President Trump or Joe Biden?
President Trump.
Good girl. Okay, there's your winner, folks. There's your winner. And I'm not going to asperge on Mr. Biden or anything like that. We're talking to a young girl here. But he does have his problems with his photo ops, and I'm not even going to go there or anything like that. But I will say this. Puck is exactly the age girl that Joe Biden loves to have in a photo op, if you know where I'm going. Believe me, the country is going to get better. It's been so messed up for so long. It's going to take a full minute to straighten it out. And Puck is a member of what we call the Z generation. They're the last generation, not the baby boomers, which is what I am, not the millennials, which is what people after me are, but the Z generation. And they don't accept or understand or do not want to understand anything else before them. They have a lot of common sense, and they're going to get out there and get the job done. And they will truly live long enough to carry you to the grave. They will actually be the ones that put you in the ground. If you don't believe that, have I got a bridge for you, and it's on sale, because it's coming, folks. This little girl you're talking to right now that you're listening to, she will be carrying you to the grave, and she will not be listening to your nonsense. But am I pretty well on point there, or am I talking out my ear?
That's true.
There you go. There you go. But I want to let you know, you probably don't know what's going on behind the scenes with your show, but you're going to be talking a lot more on radio and TV. Are you cool with that? Are you good with that, baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You could sound a little more excited, Now, something else I'd like to tell you. I talked to Kyler today. You wanted to do like 3 or 4 shows on APRI. Most of them are adult-oriented shows with language. So some of them you can't come on. Now, you can follow me over to Kyler Show today, and you can join in and listen. People in Utah don't know that show's on. They have to go directly there. So you can come over, and I'll give you the number if you want to pop in, okay? But here's the deal. Where it's on your show on Sunday or anything on Mr. Jackal's show here, you won't hear any bad language. Your friends will not be embarrassed at all. They won't. It's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen, okay? Now, when there's a show, and Mr. Jackal and Mr. Kyler will be watching out for you the whole time. You're never going to be embarrassed or challenged or insulted or anything. That's never going to happen. Ever going to happen. Because, it's ridiculous to try to talk in ugly language to children. So we're not going to let that happen. But I want to tell you right now, and I'm going to tell you up front, even though your answers are short and direct and everything, A lot of people are listening to you. A lot of people right now. Right now, I don't know what the numbers are on Global right now. I will know. Jacko will let me know real fast when the show's over. And with APRI over there with Kyler and everything, I know that you blew the door off. On Sunday night, you really blew the door off. People are listening to you. And you'll get back. Oh, I heard, Mommy told me that you're taking radio classes in college. Are you doing that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I want y'all to know this. I was just real calm, casual. This 13-year-old is taking radio broadcasting college lessons in Brigham Young University, okay? Just saying, okay? There are the kids that are going to run your country in the next 10 years. There they are, right there. And so when you hear these people say, there's no hope for America, it's all over. Just what you need to do is have a cup of coffee and forget about what they're saying, because these kids are going to save us. They're going to save us. They truly are. Now, I'll be dead by then, hopefully. Hopefully, But, no, these kids are going to save us. I've known this girl that we're talking to right now, the Puckster. I've known her. I met her when she was 10 minutes old. It's St. Mary's Hospital in Austin, Texas, and everything. And as a matter of fact, she did her first movie at 10 years old, okay? Her first movie, the first time she ever appeared on national media, when she was 10 years old, and she's been in media ever since. She's not an amateur, but just international radio that we have now is a little new for her, but she'll hip to it. She will hip to it. She wrote, Puff, you wrote an article last week called "The Tree." Remember writing that? Remember watching
it? Called "The Wooden Chair."
We call it "The Tree," and it went worldwide. It went from Japan to El Carta. That's how far.
Yeah, well, I'm writing another one. It's called "We Mountains."
The mountain.
We Mountains.
Mountains. What religion are you? Mormon?
No.
Do you believe in the Mormons?
In their religion, no.
All right. Do you believe in the way they live and how they act? Your friends there that you know that are Mormons, do you think they're good people?
They're good people. They're nice. They help us.
I want to tell you folks how close she is to the Mormon culture, and y'all won't believe this. When the prophets Brigham Young came over the mountain and said, "This is the place," and they got to the Salt Lake Valley, they had no water. They had a big salty lake, and Puck's been there. She's seen the salty lake, and they had to get irrigation ditches from the top of the mountains down to the valley to water the crops. They had to do that, okay? And then Edward Snow, whatever his name was, who was with Brigham Young, and I'm going to have to be indelicate here, Puck, a little bit. He told Snow, Brigham Young told Snow, take your wives, not wife, wives. You go up between the three sisters, which I've never shown you, Puck, but it's a mountain up there. It has three rocks jutting out. It's called the Three Sisters. And the Great Lake, and make me a city. And they did it. They got together and they all went up there. And most of the wives were about Puck's age. But they made that city. They made that city. They did that. Okay? And you cannot go to Brigham City and meet these people and not appreciate how dedicated they are to decency. To decency. And these are the people that Puck deals with every day. What they wear, how they act, it doesn't make her any different. She likes her friends. Their religion makes no difference to them, okay? No difference. She goes with the flow. And in her backyard, where this story's going, there's ditches. There's ditches crisscrossing her backyard under the apple groves, okay, that were built by the early Mormons to water those same apple trees. You've cleaned those ditches out, haven't you, Puck?
Yeah.
Yeah. She grappled with that one. Yeah. Yeah. But she's done that because that's what she did when you have to survive. She did. I've seen people come out. They have the Bishop's store, and I know you've been there too. The Bishop's store, and and I never have figured this out, but I'll see 2 or 3 girls come out with 100-pound sacks of popcorn for the house, and I never have figured out why they need so much popcorn. But they do. Potatoes, all this kind of stuff. They're really, really, really old-time Americans. They really are. They're really old-time Americans. And that's the people that Puck grew up with. Now, she is from Austin. She was born in Austin. She is from Texas, and she wants to come back. But most of her life, she grew up in the Salt Lake Rim, in the Salt Lake Rim. And that's the lifestyle. She doesn't understand people who are not being decent. She doesn't understand people who do not protect family. That's just not part of her world. And she is not a Mormon, and yet she is a Mormon because and being descended from Porter, she's probably more of a Mormon than they are. They just don't admit it, They don't admit it. And Puck, I love you. I love everything about you. I admire everything about you, and you are a star. What do you think about that, baby girl?
I think it's good.
Of course it's good. Of course it's good. Of course it's good. And also, I'd like to tell you people, this little girl has no radio training. Her training is in video, movies. She is an actress. She can do movie. In fact, I sent some to the Jackal today, some of her movies, and she's very good. She heads up a series called The Quarantines. And when you don't see her in The Quarantines, that's because she's a producer. She is the camera girl. She's the one that puts it together. Go ahead, baby.
My name's Carrie.
Okay. Carrie.
Or the Puck.
You want me to call you Puck or Carrie?
Either or, but I'm not Jackal or Kylie or Jackie or whatever those words are.
No, you're not. If I made a slip, I apologize. Good girl. Good girl. Good girl. I'm switching between sites here and everything. I apologize. This is Carrie. Her nickname is the Puck. She is the Puck. We're not even gonna go there, are we, hon?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good girl. Good girl. Did you just nail Papa? Did you just nail Papa? Huh? Quit laughing.
I didn't say yeah like that.
No, but you giggled. You giggled. Whenever you catch me in a mistake, you giggle. I've heard that giggle before. But you know what? You can giggle at me anytime. You can giggle at me anytime. You know what, Puck? You're my hero. You're a hero. Do you know that? Did you know that? You're my hero.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Good girl. You're my hero. I love you. I love
you
your laugh.
sound like a baby.
What now?
I said you sound like a baby.
That's because I just got bitch slapped. Oh, did I say that? Yeah. Oh God. Hey, I was waiting to see who was going to screw up on one of her broadcasts. It turned out to be me. No, I miss you. I miss the family. When this quarantine mess is over, I'm gonna get on a train and I'm gonna come up there on a train. I'm not gonna fly anymore because I don't want to be in an airplane with the virus in there. But I can get on a train. I'll come up there and I want to see you. And we're gonna go. Well, the one thing now this is weird, but one thing I want to do is go down and finish seeing the temple in Salt Lake. Okay, I want to see that. They got a beautiful museum down there, and I want to see that again completely. Okay, and everything. And then I'd love to see ice castles, but I want to have a coat. Okay, I want to have a coat when I get there. You've been to ice castles, and everything.
Oh yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. Did you remember when you were at what was that? uni. Remember when you were at uni?
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden did you know, or did anybody tell you that Dr. Phil was one of your doctors? Did anybody ever tell you that?
No, I have no clue who that is.
Well, that's good, because we'll talk about that with you when you're 18, okay? Now I got you. Now I got your ass. Now I got your ass.
Blah, blah, blah.
little bit out for the people, so they have something to listen to, right? Something to listen to.
Wait, isn't Dr. Phil a American television person, whatever?
Yeah, he's pretty well known. He's pretty well known.
He
Did you ever hear?
He can't be.
Did you ever hear?
He can't be a doctor. He can't be a doctor.
Yeah, I heard that. I know. I heard that too. But you remember the term turnabout ranch? You remember that? You ever hear that term? Turnabout ranch. Well, nobody talk. Well, you were in Turnabout Ranch, which is run by Dr. Phil. Okay? So you were in good hands. You were in good hands. You really were. You really were. You were in good hands. You know, and I apologize for mistaking your name and everything. It's been 11 years, Puck. It's been 11 years since we started on this journey and everything. So sometimes I make mistakes and get mixed up. But no, I'm not old and stupid. If you say that, I'm going to get mad. I'm not old and stupid. But it's been a long time. I love hanging out with you. I love hanging out with you. You remember when you made slime for me? Remember when you came here and spent a week with me and you made slime? And I griped about them. But did the girls get their slime? Did they all get their slime?
No, they didn't get them.
Oh, Jesus. That I'm going to explain to these people. In a treatment center, they used to have what they call treatment balls, like little balls they squeeze and everything. And Puck took it on herself to spend money and make something. And these kids all do it. I don't know what the heck it is, but it's called slime. And they work with slime. It's like kind of like silly putty back in the old days. And it relaxes them, and they can think and everything. And she made 20 little sandwich bags of slime for every one of her friends that she had, and they had their names on them. You know, so they would have their own personal slime. And it's not like snot. I watched her make it. It was really interesting. It was like baking a cake or something, but she really made some good slime. And she took it for her friends and everything. She always thinks of her friends first. And every time I met with her at the center, all the little girls that came over to our table loved Puck. She was very popular because she always helped and protected, and she did some things we can't even mention on the radio here that were amazing, totally amazing. And I've always known, frankly, that she was a star. She was somebody special, and she really is. She truly is. When we come through this pandemic and everything, this little girl that you're listening to right now is going to be very, very famous. Very famous. So she's a good heart. She's a good spirit. And I love her, of course. But I guarantee you the rest of America and the world are going to love this little girl. And she's all embarrassed right now, I know, 'cause she hates that, you know. But she really, truly is. She's a good kid. What?
I'm nowhere near embarrassed.
Oh, and I love your humility. I love your humility. Anyway, it's gonna be about 3 more minutes, and now I am going over to. I got to go to Seattle, okay, and talk with Kyler on APRI. I'm going to send you the phone number, okay? If you call that number and press 1. If you want to pop in, and I will let them know that you're there. No, not right now. When we get off this show. No, but I want you to come over, and if you want to pop in. But I want to warn you, it's an adult show. Okay, now there's not going to be ugly language, but pop in. If you see anything you don't like, just pop out. No big deal. So Sunday is your day, and nobody's going to do that. Mainly what Tyler talks about is how we're all fighting. It's basically what you and I have talked about here, but he's a little more rough about it. But if he popped in, I'm sure he'd be glad to see you. In fact, surprised to see you. Glad to see you. Okay? And in conclusion, you going to come and see us some more on Global? You come over here and talk with me and Jack a little bit more?
What?
Are you going to come over here to the Global Network and talk to us some more later, in next Wednesday? Are you going to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I want y'all to notice the answers I'm getting are real intellectual. Yeah. She only gets mouthy when she catches me in the mistake, which I'm cool with. I really am. I remember this little girl on the tricycle in diapers, and to hear her talk like she is now makes my heart sing. It really does. I'm alone. I don't have any family here, and I work these shows, and I work publishing and everything, and once in a while I get to hear the voice of this very special little girl that I love so much. Do you have anything else to say, Puck, before we close the show, baby girl?
Nope.
Well, don't kick me in the ass too hard, okay?
Nope.
Okay, I'm gonna now get your text up, and I'll send you the phone number to APRI. And if you want to pop in. If you hear anything you don't like, just pop out. Nobody's going to hate you. It's not your show. It's a regular APRI. But you're loved over there, too. You're worldwide, okay? You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Are you eating Miss Best's pizza right now?
Oh, I'm done eating.
All right, good. I'm glad. I'm glad. All right. Okay, well, we're going to sign off, and I'm going to send you that number, and I'm going to pop over there. Puck, I love you.
Yeah.
I love you very much. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna eat your dog tonight, okay?
My dog.
Hey,
Wait, you don't even have a dog.
I know. I was messing with you. I'm not gonna eat your dog. I'll eat a hot dog. Okay. I'm gonna sign off. Jackal, we're gonna go ahead and call it a day. And
okay,
everybody,
but don't eat my hot dogs.
I won't. I promise you, I will not eat your hot dogs. You've only been gone 2 years. I will not eat them. Okay.
Okay.
I love you, baby girl. Do you happen to love me?
Yeah.
Yeah. See you soon, baby girl. I'll see you soon, okay?
Okay.
All right, this is PSN Network signing off, and the Puck says, y'all have a good day and stay blessed.
Bye.